What up, guys? Mad Scientist 7890 here. Gonna do a response video here to TSlay about what do you want in wrestling. Before I get on with that, I want to do a shout out here to Sanders Robin. About putting me in that underrated category on the awards list. Really cool, man. Thanks a lot. Continue to do some videos here. Improve. I really grasped onto the concept of you saying a lot of people were complaining because they can't get a rub or can't get a push on YouTube from certain stuff to this and that. The reason I'm going to do this video here to TSlay about what I want is I think to get more connected, to get more connected with the YWC, a lot of people need to just talk to people, just get involved with a lot more people on here, talk to a lot of different people, respond to people's videos, do intriguing videos, which is another shout I wanted to do here to, AMC and One. Been doing them evaluation videos, and, just like Sanders said, some of the stuff is offensive, because if you're a really big fan of some of these matches, and he gives it a lower rating, doesn't like it as much as you do, that's just his opinion. And, originally I didn't, I liked his pure reviews. I like listening to him talk. Really intelligent guy. But, I started kind of drifting away from, watching this stuff because I was just like, man, just didn't care. His opinion kind of just bothered me. But I really come to really enjoy his opinion because it's so different than other people. I think, if you want to get noticed, you got to get out there and just connect with people and talk to people more and, really put yourself out there. Instead of complaining or whining and stuff. So I just really want to throw that point out here. It was a really good video he did there. Combining the awards with helping some people out. So I just want to thank Sanders for that shouter. On being on underrated. So with this video, like I said, this is going to be the the what do you want or what do I want when it comes to wrestling. And it's interesting because there's a lot of alternates out there. Some people get stale on the product that they're on. If you're a TNA fan and you're a straight up TNA fan, no matter what anybody says, you're gonna get mad. Same thing with WWE fans. Those are the big two. If you ever jump outside of your boundary and check out other things, you may realize there's things you may like. Me being a fan that grew up in the 2000s. Mentioning Ring of Honor, it really is, and it is, if fans out there don't say this, then they're completely wrong, but Ring of Honor is our generation's ECW. I really feel like that, and there's always different things out there to really check out. It's not like anybody's forcing you to watch, something you don't want to watch. TNA has been on a rough patch with me this year, and I continue to watch because I love a lot of their talent. A lot of things they do bothers me. And I from those of you who've seen my Turning Point rant, I did, just thought it was just the worst TNA pay-per-view ever. And it wasn't because of the talent, it was because of the booking. And, I think what I want out of wrestling nowadays is there's so much great talent, there's so much great athletic wrestling ability. What I want is better booking. Give another shout out to Mickey Babylon. Hot damn. I would let Mickey Babylon book my promotion. If I had a wrestling promotion, I would let Mickey Babylon book my promotion because this guy knows what he's talking about. It's you're a wrestling person or you're not. WWE and TNA are companies that hire, writers and stuff, to write television and movies and blah, 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 blah. You need to have writers who I feel like can really just provide, a wrestling fan what they want, because a wrestling fan wants always a wrestling fan. It's one of those things where, if you became a fan in the 90s, what happened in the 90s is still holding, keeping you held on today and watching today. And I'm not going to say that BS excuse of I wish it would be like the Attitude Era again, because, I don't. I really want it to evolve into something different. I really want there to be something different in wrestling nowadays. I don't want it to be, bring back the Attitude Era and blah, 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 this. I think it's interesting because a lot of people don't understand that, we, as wrestling is evolving, things are different. A lot of things, when they try to repeat things, they usually don't work, and that's one of my big problems is, rehashed booking and rehashed storylining, and characters, and that's a huge reason why I'm a fan of Chikara, because it's something so fresh and so different, and there's so many different products out there. If WWE's not doing it for me, I'm not just going to cut WWE off altogether. I'm not going to lose a passion for wrestling. I love wrestling. I love watching it. I love the atmosphere. If it's not up to what I want, I'm going to click over to a Pro Wrestling Guerrilla show where you're going to get nonstop action every match. It's going to be exciting. You're going to have a good time with the wrestling. There's not a lot of storyline. There's not a lot of angles and gimmicks and different things in that. It's just straight up wrestling. You get your Ring of Honor, which is your underground type thing. I think more in mainstream wrestling, and even in indie wrestling, even if you're a big, popular independent wrestling company, Chikara is on a straight and narrow when it comes to storylines and gimmicks and stuff like that. I think Ring of Honor booking, it needs to be better, and of course, and WWE and TNA, I think they need to hire these guys who are wrestling minds, minds of wrestling, who really know, what people want to see, and really are creative when it comes to professional wrestling. You're writing, for wrestling, you're basing everything you're doing around the wrestling. And that's a big problem that WWE has right now is they make the wrestling secondary. A lot of times it's just there because it has to be. It's professional wrestling, but they're calling it sports entertainment. But if you give me the wrestling, and that's great, but the booking needs to be better. The booking and storylines in wrestling needs to be better. Everywhere, everywhere in wrestling. I don't really feel like anybody really has because it's not really that a lot of it's bad, because there's good patches in a lot of different companies. There's good booking and there's really bad booking. I mean, the only one that's really just straight solid that I really just haven't had much of any problem with was actually just Chikara. I think Mike Quackenbush is one of the greatest minds in the wrestling business. Hearing interviews with him and just listening to him talk in general, this guy is someone special when it comes to wrestling, and he knows so much. If you ever get a chance to sit down and maybe talk to this guy or talk to him after a show or anything, take that opportunity, because this guy is extremely smart and he'll talk your ear off about wrestling, and he's a good guy. But that's just one thing I wanted to what I want personally with wrestling right now. I want because like I said, the athletic wrestling is there. If I just want to watch the athletic great wrestling matches, I flip on a PWG show, I'll flip on a Ring of Honor show, but I've seen this and I've seen that, and I've seen so many great matches. I'm looking for something more. I'm looking for characters. I'm looking for good gimmicks. I'm looking for entertainment. But if, like I said, if I just want the wrestling, I'll click over to those other promotions. Like I said, it's anybody comes on here and says, I'm gonna stop watching TNA, I'm a lifelong fan of TNA. If I'm just gonna stop watching, you're gonna be lying to yourself. I think a lot of people say that all the time, and I said that it's real hard for me to say that I won't watch TNA anymore, even though their product's bad, because I'm a wrestling fan. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you guys. You know what I mean? So like I said, I just want to do this video here. Like I said, shouts out to Sanders, shouts out to True Slayer for doing these discussion videos, because I think we do need, as the YWC, a wrestling community who talks about wrestling a lot, we need to do more videos like this, because that's when you start discussing it and coming with more ideas and this and that. So, like I said, guys, I'm the Mad Scientist, and peace, and respond to this video. I don't even care. You don't even have to respond to True Slayers. Respond to my video, or respond to anybody's video. If there's somebody you like and they don't have a lot of subscribers, and you think they're great, tell people subscribe to them and get the word out about them. Networking. You know what I mean? Get it out there. Get people out there and get more views on people that you think are good. So I'm the Mad Scientist. Peace.